Starting. I think we're live. I'm just gonna wait for people to arrive. Starts in 2 minutes. So I'll wait actually until I see that we are ready. I have got a good story for you today. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. Dun-dun. Hello. I know. Cool. Okay. Oops. I've changed it. There we go. You just got a glimpse of the other side of me, the other side of the room. I was just trying to figure some stuff out. Okay. Hello. Okay. Oh, thank you, Auntie. So, welcome to another story. I'm really happy to be here again. I'm gonna start by just saying I'm really sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna sign this story just because some of the signs are a little bit difficult. Some of them I don't know, and I really don't want you to miss out on little bits of the story because I don't know the signs. So what I will do is when the story is finished, I am going to try and upload it to YouTube, and it will be with some captions at the bottom. So I'm really sorry that I'm not signing this week, but next week I will definitely try and bring that back. It's just I don't know all of the signs, yeah, so I will start telling my story. Hello, Maeve. Nice to hear from you. So, just to start, I'm going to ask you to type the word... tree. You're going to type the word tree. And we're just going to see just how long it takes for you to type that so that I know how long I'm going to have to waffle. So if you can, type the word tree for me. I'm signing even though I said I wasn't going to sign. So let's see. So not seeing any trees yet. Dun dun dun. Hopefully soon. It's been a few seconds. We have got Hertie. Yeah, Hertie is back with some music. This time he's got the bass with him, which is like, hey, thank you, Andy. Tree. I saw a tree. Okay, gotta say that was a bit longer this time, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. That was about 30 seconds. Ooh, a bit of a challenge this week, but that's okay. So, I am going to start my story. Oh, thank you. So, you can stop writing tree now. I think I've seen it. That's cool. Okay. So, this week, my story is called The Drum. The Drum. And it starts in a little field, more like a garden, and it belonged to a mother and her son. And what they did was they used this little patch of land, this little garden, to grow all sorts of fruits and vegetables. What kind of fruits and vegetables do you think they grew in their garden? Could you maybe type it down there and let me know? Fruits that I would like to see is, I would love if they had an apple tree, because apples are one of my favourite fruits, so I would definitely like an apple tree. I think you'd probably like an apple tree as well, wouldn't you, Hertie?
I'd like an apple tree.
Yeah, Hertie would like an apple tree as well. He is a big fan of apples. We make apple sauce and apple crumble and apple pie a lot. So what kind of fruits and vegetables would you like? Oranges! Oranges from Andy. Oranges sound delicious. Nice fresh ones that you could just pick. Oh, that would be so nice. Lots of vitamin C. That sounds delicious. What other things? Vegetable-wise, what vegetables do you like? Do you know what? I'm a bit strange. I really like Brussels sprouts. I think Brussels sprouts are great. So I would love to see some Brussels sprouts in the garden. Tomatoes. I think that's a great idea. Tomatoes. Ooh. I know that Hertie really likes broccoli. He loves his broccoli. We have broccoli in a lot of our dinners. What kind of foods? Kiwi! A kiwi! Apple! Oh, mate, an apple is a good idea. I'm the same. I love apples and kiwis as well. That sounds delicious. I wonder what other fruits and vegetables. I'm going to wait for a few more. Give you a chance to catch up. And then I'm going to continue. Bananas! Bananas are delicious. I like bananas. You could make a banoffee pie with bananas, couldn't you? Yeah, I like banoffee pie. Sweet corn. Sweet corn is one of the best vegetables. Sweet corn is lovely. You can have it in so many different ways as well. You could have it as a corn on the cob, or you could have it as sweet corn on its own. You can have it in salads. You can have it in all sorts of things. Lots and lots of fruits and vegetables that they grew in their tiny little patch of land. But there was a problem, because this tiny patch of land with all the fruits and vegetables would only provide them with enough to last a month. So they would keep some of the fruits and vegetables to themselves, and then they would sell the rest. And everything that they sold would be for making money for other things, you know, that you need, like clothes and toothpaste and food, other foods that maybe you can't grow. And this meant that they didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of money. No. They were a little bit poor. And, you know, the boy was very happy, and so was the mother. But one thing that he really, really wanted was a drum. He always wanted a drum. Yeah. But he knew that probably wasn't going to be a reality. And this made his mother quite sad. One day, she was collecting up some of the sweet corn and the kiwis and the apples and the bananas, and she was going to go and sell them at the market. And while she was there, she was going to do some shopping. And get some other bits and bobs that they needed, like soap. They needed some soap. And she asked the boy, "Look, I'm going to the shop. Is there anything on the shopping list that I might have missed?" He had a look and he said, "No, there isn't." "But why do you look so sad?" "Well," he said, "I really want to learn how to play the drums. I would love a drum, but it's okay, Mummy, because I know that we can't afford a drum. And I'm happy just being here and playing with my dog." And so the mother heaved a great sigh and went on her way. Now, she sold some of her wares at the market, and in the market she saw a nice stall full of lots of percussion instruments, and there were drums and all sorts of things there, cymbals, but she knew she couldn't afford them. She went home feeling quite defeated. As she walked home, she started to cry. As she was walking, there was an elderly gentleman who was walking past her on the other side of the road. And he stopped and said, "Oh, woman, why are you crying so much?" "Oh, well," she said, my son, he really wants a drum, and I can't afford it. I can barely afford the things that we need." "That is quite sad," said the old man, "but where I don't have a drum, I do have this stick. I don't know if it's much use, but it might be a magic stick. You never know." See if your boy can make use of that. The woman had a think, and she said thank you, and she took the stick and off she went home. When she got home, she gave the stick to the boy and said, well, you know, this man gave me a stick and said it might be magic, so maybe you can find some use for it. The boy was grateful anyway, and he took the stick and he decided that he was going to figure out some games to play with that stick. What kind of games can you play with a stick? I don't know. What kind of games can you play with a stick? Bertie, have you got any ideas what games you can play with a stick?
You could play fetch.
Fetch, of course, because he's got a dog, so he could throw the stick and the dog could catch it. That would be great. Oh, I like that idea. Or he could play make-believe and pretend he's a tightrope walker on a really thin bit of rope. Oh, Andy, you said fetch as well. Betty, you said fetch as well.
Hey, there you go.
Fetch, yeah, with the dog. I think that's a great idea. They could throw it and catch it and bring it back to each other. That would be really fun. What other things could you do with a stick? Ooh, you could pretend to do cooking. You could make believe that you're making a delicious giant cake that could feed everybody. Oh, that would be so good. You could put it on a picture. Yeah, you could put it on a picture. You could use it to draw maybe as well in the ground, or you know, in sand as well. I find that's really nice to draw in the sand. You could put it on a picture. I like that. That's a really good idea. Has anyone else got any ideas of what you might be able to do with a stick? Just trying to think what I would do with a stick. Ah, Pooh Sticks. Now that is a great game. For anyone who doesn't know what Pooh Sticks is, as Evie said, it is a game where you drop it in the river and you run under a bridge, preferably, and you run to the other side and see whose stick goes first, whose comes back through the bridge first. That's a really fun game. We used to play it a lot. Oh, Immy, you're right. You could paint with it, couldn't you? You could put some paint on the end and draw with it and make some lovely patterns as well. Baton twirling. I like that, Zoe. You could do some baton twirling. Fantastic. Lots and lots of ideas there. And the boy, he had loads of fun playing with this stick, but he could hear something odd. It sounded like crying, coming from just over past his garden. He took his stick and his dog and he went to walk. I don't know what Danger Sticks is, Peter, but that sounds terrifying. He went for his walk to find out where the crying was coming from. And there he saw a lady. And she was quite sad, and she was trying to light a fire, but she wasn't having any success with it. Oh dear, she kept saying. The boy came over to her and said, "Miss, why are you crying?" And she explained, I'm trying to cook this food, but I can't light a fire. It won't work. The boy had a think, and he looked at his newfound toy. "Miss, I'm not sure, but the man who gave this to me said that it might be a magic stick, so perhaps you could use that to light your fire." Oh, the lady had a think. She got her log and she put the stick in the middle of it and she gave it a good rub. And lo and behold, a lovely warm fire started crackling away. Oh, ooh, lovely and warm. "Thank you so much, thank you," she said. "I want to give you something in return. Please, when this is cooked, you can take one of my flatbreads with you." Oh, that was quite nice. And so the boy did. He took his flatbread and his dog, and he decided that now he didn't have a stick, he would go for a walk instead. So he went off for a walk down the riverside that ran down the bottom of his garden. Now, as he was walking, he could hear a terrible wailing sound. Oh, it sounded like a baby crying. Oh no, what an unpleasant sound. He carried on walking and found the source of the noise. And there was a mother and her very, very small child. And the small child was crying so much. He went over and asked, "Miss, why is your child crying so much?" "Oh, I am so tired. You see, they're hungry. My baby is hungry, but I'm still working and I can't get it food until after I finish this work. I am on a very strict deadline." The boy had a think, and he looked at his little gift from the lady from before. "I'm not sure, but the lady said that this bread is very delicious. Perhaps your child would like this." The lady took the bread and gave it to her child. And the child loved it. It was delicious. It tasted so good. "Oh, thank you, thank you. My child has stopped crying and now I can work in peace," she said. "I want to give you something to say thank you. I will give you this pot. I'm not sure what use you'll have for it, but I'm sure you'll find something. It holds water very well." "Hi, Sarah." So, off the boy went with his pot and his dog, and he carried on walking down the side of the river. Just then, he heard angry sounds. It sounded like people were shouting, having a bit of an argument. It was a bit loud. It didn't sound very kind. He went and discovered it. And there, by the river, was a man and his wife. They were having a bit of an argument. Oh dear. The boy went over. Whoa. What's the matter? What's wrong? Why are you shouting so loud?" "Well, you see, my wife has broken the pot and I'm a washerman. I need to wash all of these clothes. And if I don't do it soon, then it'll be too late to dry them too. How am I going to wash the clothes without a pot that holds water? Ridiculous." The boy had a think. "Well, I'm not sure, but a lady gave this pot to me and she said that it holds water really well. Maybe it will be of some use to you." "This pot will do," said the man. "I'm not so angry anymore. Thank you so much." And he started to wash the clothes. Oh, look at all the bubbles from his washing. I love bubbles. I'm a bit of a bubble. Hello. Oh! Lots and lots of bubbles. And he washed the clothes and he said, "I want to give you something to say thank you." And so he gave the boy a cloak. A very nice cloak too. I like it. So the boy took the cloak and his dog and carried on down the river. Now, as he walked, he could hear something like the chattering of cold teeth. Oh my goodness, what a strange sound. Have you ever heard teeth chatter? Strange noise, isn't it? He saw, just over the road, a poor man who was dressed in nothing but his his pants! Oh my goodness! And he was wet and shivering, and he had a horse by the reins, and he was walking very slowly between sneezing. Dear. The boy went over to the man and said, "Are you okay? Why are you just in your underwear? Oh my goodness." And the man very, very coldly explained, "I'm so cold. You see, I have lots of money usually, and I'm usually dressed in lovely fine clothes, silk shirts and all. But some men, they robbed me, and they pushed me in the river. Now all I have is my horse, and I think I'm catching a cold. Oh dear, I need to get warm really quickly." The boy thought, "I'm not sure, but a man gave me this lovely cloak, and it has a hood, and I am sure that it will keep you warm." "Really?" "Oh, yes, yes," said the man, and he wrapped the cloak around him, nice and warm. He put the hood up to warm up his ears as well. "Thank you so much. I am so grateful. I tell you what, you can take my horse. I have no use for him, and I have others back in the stable. Take it as a thank you. Maybe you'll find some use for it. Maybe even sell it and make yourself some money." The boy took the horse, and he sat and started to ride the horse. So, as he rode the horse, he came to a big tree. And underneath the tree, he could hear some angry sounds, some annoyed grunting. Oh dear. He got a bit closer, and he saw two men. One who was dressed very, very smartly, bow tie, nice jacket, and another man who looked very smart as well, with a big beard, who had a very interested, thinking face. The boy approached. "Hello," he said. "Why do you sound so annoyed?" "Well," said the man with the beard, "this is my son, and he is supposed to be getting married. But there's a problem. The people were supposed to be delivering him a horse, and the people who were supposed to be delivering him the horse haven't turned up. And it is a tradition in our family that the groom rides to his wedding on horseback. If he doesn't, it will bring his marriage bad luck. I know it sounds silly, but that is our tradition." Oh, well. "I don't actually need this horse," said the boy. "You can take mine." "Are you sure? We haven't got our money with us right now, and..." "Oh, no, the boy said. "You can take the horse." "Oh, thank you." The groom gave a great big smile. "Actually, do you know what?" said the groom. "Come to the wedding. Come and enjoy the feast and the celebrations. It will be really, really fun." And so the boy sat on the back of the horse, and they rode to the wedding. So off they went. When they got to the wedding, there was lots and lots of celebrations happening. Loads and loads of things. What sort of things do you see at a wedding, I wonder? Could you tell me? I'm trying to think of what sort of things you see at a wedding. I always see bridesmaids. Always lots of bridesmaids. They are in lovely dresses and they always look so happy. What sort of things do you see? Make sure you type it below. Hertie, what do you see at weddings?
I see a really big cake.
A really big cake! Oh, do you know what? Just as you said that, Sarah said cake too! Yeah! Cake, you're right, Sarah. And Imi says flowers. Yes, flowers, of course. There are always loads of beautiful flowers at a wedding. Do you know what? You see, what do you see? I tend to see people with interesting hats at weddings. It's always an interesting time for hats and fascinators and interesting, beautiful clothes. What else do you see at a wedding, I wonder? Does anybody else?
Bananas.
Bananas? Maybe they do have bananas at their wedding. Perhaps it is a banana-themed wedding. Maybe. A tuck shop. Of course, I love it when they have a tuck shop and they've got all their sweets and stuff. Maybe they have foam bananas there as well, Evie. Loads and loads of sweets that all the kids and people can join in with. And they do have a lot of stuff like that, don't they? Like foods and stuff. What other foods and things do you see? I wonder. Is there anything else? Oh, a bride, of course, a bride and groom. And Imi says decorations. Jackie says flowers, beautiful blooms of flowers in different colours. Decorations. Drinks, of course, Sarah. Make sure you don't have too many of those drinks. But yes, they always have lots of lovely drinks that you can enjoy. Lovely. Lots and lots of things at the sofas. Sometimes they do have sofas. Places where you can relax after you've done all that dancing. Speaking of dancing, there was also a wedding band. Yes, that's right, Jackie. Jackie said it right as I said band. Wow. Yeah, there's always a band and lights shining on the band as they play their music. Those classic function tunes that Hertie is so used to playing at weddings and especially in the summer. So lots and lots of fantastic music and dancing. And the boy noticed that the groom was talking to one of the band members. And they were having a big discussion and the band members were nodding and then looking over at the boy. The groom beckoned the boy over and he went over and the groom said, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saving my wedding by giving me a horse. And it sounds like you've had a whole day of being really generous and really kind. Really generous and really kind. To say thank you, I actually have something for you." And then the percussionist of the band came over. Oh my goodness! And he gave the boy a real drum! A real drum! Ah! Can I use the sticks on it? A real drum! And the boy jumped with joy! And the drummer promised, "Every Monday I will teach you how to play the drums for free because you have been such a kind and generous person." The boy was so excited and so happy to finally have his own drum and make lots of noise. I hope you've got drums and percussion instruments at home that you can make lots of noise with. If not, make it. Make one out of anything. You can make it out of paper or all sorts of stuff. So he ran home to tell his mother all about what had happened and show his new drum off. He got so excited to tell her and explained that actually the man was right. That stick was magic after all, and now he had a magic drum. And that is the story about the drum. And thank you so much for listening to my story. I miss you too, Sarah. It has been really nice to tell this story. I'm sorry that I didn't have sign language. I will make sure that I upload this video with some captions so that you can have another watch, and I'm really sorry about that. But it was a really fun story, and I got to play with a drum, which was really, really exciting. Oh, thank you, Amy. Oh, I love hearing your ideas. They are so fantastic, and thank you so much for joining me every week and helping me tell my story. I'd be lost without you. It's been really lovely. Please make sure that if you are enjoying anything that Creative Distance Fest are putting out, that you leave a tip. You can do that at paypal.me /Creative Distance Fest. It should be on the title of the video. And if not, I will write it in a comment below as well. I will be back next Monday telling a new story. Oh, thank you Evie for loving my stories. I love having you listen to my stories. Oh, thank you T. Oh, I love you all too. It's so nice. Thank you as well to the lovely Hertie. That's his bass. He's been playing some amazing music for us, and I'm really grateful. It really adds something to the stories. Oh, thank you so much, Amina. That's really kind. So I hope you have a really lovely week. Do check out the rest of the stuff that's happening on Creative Distance Fest. They've got more stories. They've got art lessons. They've got singing and signing. They've got performances. They've got things for grown-ups as well, so it's not all just for little ones. So please do join in and get involved, because we're having a really fun time sharing our art with you. And yeah, I will see you next week. I'm gonna finish the video now. Bye.